it's funny. Gary Whitta came out. Was it yesterday or the day before, saying that the future of Star Wars films. He goes, in his opinion, is not going to rely on these legacy characters. So eventually, they've got to phase them out.
Oh, look, I can see that happening now. Like Rogue One was a great experiment. And that's what it
Oh,
was.
it
It
was
was an
great.
experiment. Can we have a successful Star Wars movie without a Skywalker in it?
Yeah.
It was basically the whole premise behind it. And it was made sense
Yep.
that it was a movie that would already have a guaranteed audience because it's tacked on to the original Star Wars, right? So it was like it would have been like the lights would have gone on when
Yeah.
John Knoll would have pitched that, right?
Oh yeah.
And so it makes sense. Let's test the waters with this, right? Oh, mate, I got no qualms whatsoever. We're going to see movies now forever, Star Wars movies forever. And, every year, like in 20 years' time, when I'm an old 70 or whatever old man, I'll be looking back at the last 20 or so films in retrospective and going, yeah, well, they're not the Skywalkers in anymore.
Could be.
There may be like little teasers that hark back to that at some stage, but there's going to be, new characters, and it should be. It's a big galaxy.
It's
right?
huge.
It's
many stories to tell.
There's a billion stories out there. There's a billion worlds out there, and that's just how it's just going to play out. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's very restrictive if you keep. That's what annoys me when you get, oh, maybe so and so's related to so and so. Well, they're not living in a suburb.
It's not. We're not. It's not this little community. It's not Home and Away, people.
No.
For our American listeners, it's like a soap opera. Everyone knows someone, and they're all sleeping with someone, and they all fall pregnant to someone. And
well, yeah. I mean, it's just like there's little things like the episode we've just seen of Rebels. Darth Maul goes onto Tatooine, and you always, oh, gee, Darth Maul knows where Obi-Wan Kenobi is. Excuse me, it's a planet.
Yeah, that's it.
And you can see like the anguish in the guy at the beginning of it. He's been searching for so long. I mean, imagine a planet the size of Earth that's all desert.
Oh God, no, I don't want to think about it.
Okay, so the chances of finding anybody is more worse than a needle in a haystack. So it was the best place that Obi-Wan could have gone and hid out.
That's it.
20 odd years. I'm sure other people. You think, didn't Darth Vader come looking for him at some stage? The Empire.
He wouldn't go to Tatooine, that's for sure.
But the Empire had a presence on Tatooine for years. They're always rocking up and that. So it's not. I'm sure there would have been like an APB out and throughout the galaxy.
That's it.
At some stage, just in case we find any more Jedi, we've got to keep an eye.
That's it.
But anyway, I'm getting off the subject.
That's all right. You're getting a bit passionate.
I'm getting a bit passionate.
Well,
we love.
But it's true. But
on a Sunday afternoon, I haven't even had any beers.
That's
so,
it. Well, we'll get there that stage of it. But it's funny. JJ says in the cinematic journey documentary for The Force Awakens, he said at the very end, he's like, when I was looking at that original poster from 1977, he goes, I always thought that all those dots of all the stars, all the dots on the poster were a story. And so there were so many stories to tell in the Star Wars universe. And I'm getting chills when I say that because, as you say, it's such a big place. There are so many stories. There are so many things that they could go. They could go backwards. They could go forwards. They could do in between with different characters. There's so many story arcs. But Rogue One, yes, it did have a few nods to a few legacy characters. You had Tarkin, Leia, and Vader. Of course, we saw some other characters from Gold Leader and all that. Yeah. But still, even then, at the core of it,
they had to be there.
That's it. At the core of it, though, we've got all these brand new characters that we didn't know, and I know some of the slight negativity around Rogue One was, well, I felt no connection to the characters because I didn't know them. Where I personally felt a straight instant connection with them because I did know them from the crawl of A New Hope. Because it's like, they're the rebel spies. They're the ones that got the Death Star plans to Leia. So I already knew who they were in one way. I didn't know them, but the thing was, I thought Rogue One executed their story arcs brilliantly. But I already knew who they were, and I think what is great about the story group is how they're linking everything together, Clone Wars, Rebels, the films, and all that sort of stuff together. And that's what's going to happen. The more they link everything, even though it might not be a Skywalker story, it's like, well, that character actually interacted with that character in that show, and they may have passed each other in the hallway and share the drink at the cooler. And it's like, yeah, well, there was a moment that that happened. So you know, and of course then you've got the books and how the books are connecting everything together and giving more character depth to those characters, like Catalyst with Rogue One, and Krennic and Galen's relationship, the Ursos, you know, and all that sort of stuff. So there are outlets there, you know, not everyone reads those books or watches the cartoon series to understand it. But I guess
I'd read them if I could see.
That's right. Back to tank. Remember, it's the back to tank. We know
we
know they work. They're pretty good. I've got to go. I'll be jumping
audio books for me these days. I think it's
a long time ago.
Drive around the car and listen to it.
That's long time ago in a galaxy. Oh, hang on. There's no crawl in this one. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just get.
Don't get me started on that
next one.